Hello everybody, I'm Ramsis. Welcome back to Final Fantasy Restored Plus, the 2010 patched version of the 1987-1990 Final Fantasy 1 on the Famicom and NES, respectively. Fixes all the bugs in the game, adds quality of life improvements, makes everything enjoyable, fun, adds some music that you didn't hear in the game, lots of little extras, and we're in the home stretch here. We are on the third out of 5 floors for the Chaos Shrine. That's right. So now we're going after Kraken. That's right. That's the next boss in our little adventure here. And then we're going to go after Tiamat, get a weapon, and go right after Chaos. And that's going to be it. And then we'll have a fun little discussion of what I thought of Final Fantasy Restored. And then, guess what? We move on to the next one. That's how it works here on Ramsis Retro Longplay. So thank you all for sticking through on the 24 episodes here that it took us to beat it, and that's not bad. It's about what I expected. I knew it would be about 22, 23 episodes. We won't went over my prediction. That's because there was some grinding in some of the episodes. And yeah, we're in the home stretch now, so we're going to do it. Only one item to pick up, and that's on the next floor, but we got to get past Kraken first, and Kraken is a tough boss. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. He's a tough boss, and that's going to be the mission here. Let's get past Kraken first, and then we'll figure out Tiamat after that, alright? So here we go. For the last time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and ring that bell if you like what C has something to say. Hopefully you guys do. Check us out on Vestige Retro Reviews or Retro's Alive and Well and not going anywhere anytime soon. That's all we can really say. It's time to go beat some fish. Yeah, that's it. We're gonna go get them and get them hard. Alright, let's do it. What you have to do is go through the doors. Yep, lots of doors in this. But we're gonna fight sea creatures now. And it's sea trolls, scorpions, and snake. They call us a seafood platter because you have a whole page filled with different sea animals. So what do? Well, we go to the sea troll first. And then you use lightning, of course. And you use confuse, of course. There we go. Alright, it's one attack. See if we can get him. We got him. 2 attacks, 3 attacks. Come on. 4. Alright, we got the confuse. Let's see if any works. No. Yes. 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 No. Yes. No. Alright, we got about half of them. Now we do lightning. You know that's gonna hurt. Okay, and then the sea troll should be gone now. Yep, and there it goes. Alright, so now we go after the sea scorpions. Those are the annoying ones. And we use Thor. And we're going to use heal. Alright. Any assistance you guys want to give me? It's more than appreciated. Let's go. There it goes. Alright, Medic got his level up, so he's now Strength, Agility, Intelligence up to 382, Vitality, and Luck. And we gotta heal. We have to heal our Pyro friend here. We are gonna use some potions on him. We have no choice. There we go. Everyone else looks to be in good shape. Let's keep going. So you gotta exit. Oh, not yet. We're gonna try to run. We don't have to fight every time. But we will use the confuse just in case. Alright, we got out. Yeah, you don't have to fight every time. Some things you can run from, so... Now you go through the next door here, that's right. And then I think you keep going, right? Up. Alright, water elementals you cannot run from. Right, so we do have to fight these. And we're gonna use all the magic we got in our book here. Because they have a lot of hit points, water elemental. Alright, we got one of them. We got 2. Like I said, I always love how it takes off more on the one that's already, like, almost dead. You know, it happens every time. Alright, so now these 2 can finish this off. We are going to heal. We want to save some potions if we can. If they cooperate, let's see what happens. Nope, they did not cooperate, so there you go. Okay, so now we exit the door. And now, if I remember, what is it? You, hold on. Wrong. You go back in here. It's the middle door. Yeah, I was like, something's not right here. What is going on? Alright, again, you can run, so let's run. There we go. You go out the middle door. Sorry, folks. Yes, it is the middle door. Okay. Now, heal before you move too far. Kraken is in this hallway. He's not at the stairs. They trick you here. Kraken is in the hallway. Alright, so we're going to use magic again. Very good. And I think everyone else is alright. Let's top you off. And top you off a little bit. And top you off because you're weak. Okay. Alright, so he's in this hallway. Here we go. There he is. So they trick you a little bit. You're like, oh, he's all the way up the stairs. No. He is waiting for you in the hallway. And I think the idea was he found out you killed the other two fiends, so now he's on the hunt for you. He's like, oh no, I'm not gonna, you know, he's not waiting anymore. He was probably already on the move, alright? So that's what we'll assume. Otherwise, they just wanted to trick you. I don't know. But they did not trick us because we are using the Giant's Glove. And do you have anything to use? I don't think so. So you're just gonna attack. And you are going to use the whites. And I think I want to use a temper. We have 7 of them. Yes, so I think we'll use a temper on Ramsis. Alright, ink. That's not bad. Okay, ink missed. That's a very good attack, actually, because that's a worthless attack. Alright, so we have this now in case he attacks us. Alright, and Pyro got the temper off first. That's very good. Okay. So Ramsis go. Yes, perfect. So he has attack and temper now, so I'm attacking. You're gonna attack. You're gonna use the white again. You can double it up, by the way, folks. And I want you to... I gotta think. We use the temper. Let's use a Thundara, because we're not really gonna use that on anything else. Alright, good. More protection. Ooh, still hurt us though, even with all that. Isn't that amazing? Alright. Okay. Attack, attack. We're gonna use white again. And you might as well just use black because it doesn't matter what you use at this point, yeah. Alright, ink. Good, alright. That's the attack we wanted. Get that evasion up higher. Alright, Ramsis, come on! Alright, not yet. Let's do it again. I want to use a Kiraga. And we're gonna use black again. Never mind, it won't matter. Okay. Alright, let's just get to the air floor right. I was so close. Alright, we have to fight it. Remember, you can't run from water. Alright. So what we're gonna do is Thor and black. And we have to hope that these don't take off too much. They do pack a punch, though. Alright, we got one. Ooh. Not good. We'll have to use it in a rise, it looks like. Alright, we're gonna have to use it in a rise. But that's fine. Let's just get this over with. We have enough to last, so I'm not too worried about that. Oh, we might get out of this. Let's see. Wow. Alright. We'll take it. We'll take it. That was good. And a lot of experience, too. Alright. Pyro earned that one. 292. So you got 10 points of that. Agility, intelligence. Very good. Alright, let's use magic. We need a Kiraga. And another Kiraga. Alright. And then use... I don't want to use up all our spells here. Alright, we're gonna use... Yeah. We have no choice. Okay. Everyone else is good. Alright, let's go for the air level. So now what's important about the air level? There is an item found here that is the best weapon in the game, alright? So we need to get that. And how do you get that? You have to go south and all the way around. So this is a long path here. Yeah, so let me make sure everyone's good here. Alright, so we're at 581, 606, 282. I mean, we're gonna have to go for it. I have no choice. So let's go south. Here we go. Ooh. And you gotta go all the way. Alright, let's see what we got. Stone golems, that's not too bad. Let's use Thor. And use black. Oh boy. Alright, so we got slowed. And you see the difference it makes when you're slowed, yeah. But we got one of them, so that's good. But magics really doesn't work much on them. Let's see. Yeah, no, it doesn't work much. Alright, but it didn't take off much, so we're alright. Let's go here. And just all attack, because, yeah, magic's not working. Yeah, see, that's actually better than the magic. Alright, good. Alright, so what you have to do now is pretty much head all the way down a very, very... Alright, we're gonna try running. It's stone golems. We should be able to run for them. If they let us go. Yes, there we go. You got... up. Alright, stone golems. That's all I'm alright with this. If that's all they want to send at me, I'm more than okay with this. So you gotta go all the way down this hallway. Uh-oh. Stone golems, alright. Alright, keep going. Oh. Alright, we finally got something different. Purple worms, which I don't mind fighting. We're gonna use heal, because this will be a good opportunity to heal up. Alright, 50. It's really only Ramsis that needs healing right now. We can get one of them out of here, good. Alright, they got 28 on him and 50, so we gotta do heal again. Same exact strategy. Oh, they keep going first. Yeah, they keep... Oh, wow, one? Come on. Alright, attack, attack. Wow, now they're not hurting him? What is going on here? Alright. So here it is. The Mazamune, the greatest weapon in this version of the game. Other versions have better weapons. In this version of the game, this is the best weapon. Now, a lot of people put it on the white wizard. I'm not going to do that because I have two knights. I want Ramsis with the Excalibur and Vesper to have this weapon. So yeah, it's a little different strategy because unfortunately we have two fighters and I want both of them to have good weapons for the next two fights. So in a weird way, we have to sort of trade up here. And speaking of trade, I want you to get the defender. Yep. So you can use that in battle too. Alright, so yeah, this is gonna be... Oh wait, let's move the weapons to where they should be. There we go. Alright, so this is gonna be the strategy I'm gonna use. Excalibur on Ramsis, Mazamune on Vesper. That's right. And let's use some more magic here. Okay. Now we have the fun task of going all the way back, because there's no way to get to Tiamat except going all the way back to the original hallway. The good news is they keep sending stone golems at us, so we will keep running from... If we can. Alright, 35, 22, 67. Oh, great. Well, we were able to run against them easily before, and now all of a sudden we can't run at all. Alright, try again. Remember, Ramsis does not have a ribbon. He's the only one that is susceptible to all this. So we have... Alright, so all that didn't matter. Okay, here we go. Let's keep going. So what is it? We have to go all the way back... Oh. Alright, these we have to fight, unfortunately. I don't know if we can run against all this stuff. Let's just use... heal and fire. Wow, we got very lucky on that one attack, boy. Well, that's why I did heal, right? Oh, there you go, the Mesmerin got it. Okay. So now we're going to change the strategy to light and light, yes. Okay, that's better. Alright, so now we have to go all the way back up. I'm gonna try running. I think from air you can run. Yes. That's one of the elements you can run from. I remember I mentioned that last episode. Alright, I mean, the last few episodes. Alright, these you can definitely run from. Okay. Alright, so now the thing is, Tiamat is right here. Alright, right there. So we have to heal fully. We have to be very careful, though. We are running out of potions, right. But we had to get Ramsis to 600. We're gonna leave him there and hope for the best. Alright, here we go. Tiamat. Alright, this is the last fiend before the big bad. Alright, so what are we gonna do? We are using items. You're using the Giants. You are using Defender. You are using White Robe. And you are gonna use Temper, yes, on Vesper, actually. Alright, Scourge did not work. Alright, as long as it misses Ramsis, the rest it'll block, because we have ribbons on. So we got lucky there. Attack up, alright. Evasion up, very good. Alright, so we're gonna do again with the Giants. You're gonna attack. You're gonna again use white. And you're going to haste Vesper. Very good. Alright, evasion. Alright, Blizzard. Not terrible. It hit Ramsis the worst, so that's not bad. Alright, attack. And now let's just use heal on both of you. Yeah, there's nothing else you guys can do. Every little drop helps now. We are really running out of potions, so anything we can get for healing, we are gonna take. Alright. It's up to Vesper's attack now. Alright. Oh no. Alright, 60. That's not bad. That's actually all not bad, yes. So attack. That's not too bad. We need heal. And heal. Alright, Raz is good. That's not bad either. Alright, we did it. Now the goal is we're probably going to want to fight... what is it called? The golems right in front of the stairs and heal. So let's see if we can get that to happen. No, that's actually pretty bad. Alright. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I told you, that's pretty bad. I mentioned that. Yes, that is bad. And there you go. And we can't run, right? Right. So let's see. Alright, so we're gonna use Razor and use Ice. Alright, we got another one. Let's use Thor. And use Mage. Alright, two. Alright, we got lucky there. And we got that. And we got that. Okay. Alright, so now we really... all we have to do is use Arise. Oh, we cannot. Alright. This is a problem. Well, we might be able to get away with not using Holy on Chaos. I think, yes. We're going to avoid using Holy. We're going to use Arise twice. That'll fully heal two of our guys. In a weird way, this might work out better. We're going to use Arise twice, fully heal our two knights. Use the rest of the potion on everyone else. We're not going to have Holy, but it is a way to have full heal, and I think we'll be alright. Alright? So, no Holy, but we're going to do it. So, there you go. It's at 600 now. So in a weird way, this worked out. I mean, look at that. Now we are in pretty good shape, and we're going to use the rest of our potions. And that's it. Now we're going to move to the next floor, and that's it. There are no more enemies. At least in the American version, they did not put enemies on this floor, so we do not have to worry about it. Alright, so we are fully healed. We're out of holies, but we just saved a lot of potions and healing from those two deaths. In a weird way, it worked out. I know it's crazy, but it did work out. We just can't use Holy. So we lost Holy, but we gained full life for both of them. Alright? So, this is it. This is going to be the final battle against the big bad, the leader of the whole evil forces that we've been fighting. The big bad, the one we've been fighting for 2,000 years. Who is it? Oh my god, that's right, it is Garland. Yes, Garland has returned again 2,000 years in the past. How did this happen? I don't believe it. What is going on here? Yes. So let's read the story. What exactly is going on here? Ha 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 ha. Do you remember me? I was once a knight of Cornelia from 2,000 years in the future. I, Garland, was slain by you, but the four great forces sent me back in time and resurrected me. From here, I sent the four fiends to the future, where they will once again use the four great forces to send my future self back here. My future self will have no memory of this. However, I will again return to the past. You will die here, but I will live on for eternity. And here we go. And there it is, the big bad of the game, Chaos. We have done it. Finally reached it. Alright, so I think we're ready for it, but yeah, let's prepare right here. We gotta use the Giants, use Defender, use the White, use Haste. Stop. Alright, went into Pyro. Okay, we're gonna have to heal him. Alright, we're gonna do it again. Giants. You're gonna attack. You have no choice. You have to heal him. And you have to use Temper. Let's see what Chaos does. Okay, not bad. Alright, so what do we got? We got 597. That's a very good start. Alright, you attack, you attack. I want you to use another White. Yeah, let's do it again. And I want you to haste. Well, I can't remember who I hasted it in. Well, I remember I didn't temper Ramses, so we'll do that. Okay. Just in time. Alright. Oh, very good. We already got 1,000 off. That's very good. Wow. Alright, this is looking good. Unless he cures. Chaos has a Cure 4 spell, just so you guys know. Yes. Alright, he used Blizzard. That's not terrible. Let's see if the Hierarch survives it. He does. Alright, so we're gonna attack. You are healing everybody with a Hilara. And you are gonna finally use that flare spell I've been promising everybody. Here it goes. Never mind, we got him. That's it. Watch him crumble away, folks. There you go. Yeah, the journey is harder than Chaos. If Chaos doesn't get his nuclear or, you know, or flare or cure 4 off, he's not that hard. You just gotta be ready for it, you know? And there he goes. And he's still crumbling. Alright, let's see what the ending, if they changed anything. I don't think they did. Time loop was severed at last, with the 2,000-year struggle over, peace prevailed. The light of the 4 crystals shining once more restored the forces of the wind, water, earth, and fire. It was a trivial misunderstanding that gave rise to Garland's hatred. But amplified by the 4 forces meant to guide the world, this hatred burned across time and gave birth to the 4 fiends of chaos. Evil spread throughout the world and covered it in darkness. But all that is now past, and thanks to the courage and strength of the 4 warriors, time has been restored. With the 4 forces flowing as they were meant to, the Light Warriors crossed time once more and returned to the world they knew. Sarah and Jane wait for them there, and of course Garland, whom the 4 know well, does too. But when did it all begin? That fateful day, the world fell into disorder and time was thrust into an endless cycle. None can say. But 4 youths changed that. Chosen by the very force that swept the world in darkness, they used them to bathe it in light. That's right. No one will ever know the struggle they 4 endured, for breaking the chain that bound time in a loop has erased it from history. But in the tales people tell, the memory of their deeds live on. Tales of dwarves and elves, tales of dragons and shining civilizations that reached for the heavens even as they fell. Warriors of Light now return from their journey across 2,000 years of time. Memories of their journey buried deep in their hearts, they will watch over the world. Always remember that the light of the world must be guided in the right direction. If it goes astray, darkness will come again. And never forget that the true crystals live in your hearts. For you are the warrior who crossed time and banished the darkness. May the crystals always shine. Now you get this long the end. That's right. I love how they're coloring it in here. Yep, that's right. Color in the end, please, so then I can talk about this great game here. There you go, and that is the end of Final Fantasy Restored, or just Final Fantasy period. The ending was pretty much the same. They did fix some of the wording, and it translated a little better there, but it's pretty much the same exact ending. You know, the time loop has been severed. No one remembers you did it, but you stopped the evil from ever existing. It's in our hearts, and the crystals are great, and all that fun stuff. Yeah, that the good thing of this game is it has a cool ending. You have to remember, there's an NES game / Famicom if you played in Japan, not known to have great endings. I mean, just look at most of the games we've been. Like, even Zelda's a one-screen ending. You know, I mean, no game has great endings. In Final Fantasy, not a great ending because all it is text, but at least it gives a story, it gives a conclusion, it feels like satisfaction. You know, it wasn't until like Mega Man games gave these long scrolling endings that showed everything. That's where the trend sort of started. And Final Fantasy does a fun ending for what it is. I mean, I don't know. That's up to you guys to decide what has the best NES ending. It's sort of debatable. I think Final Fantasy is one of the best, but I have to remember. I don't remember every ending. I would have to go through everything. Like, I know Super Mario 2 has a fun ending with the dream. I know Super Mario 3 has a fun ending with showing all the worlds. But Final Fantasy has a very satisfying ending. So, with that all said, what do I think of Final Fantasy Restored Plus? A wonderful, wonderful patch to an already great game. I mean, did you even notice? I want you guys to notice. Did you notice that when I beat Chaos, you heard the full victory theme? By the way, that was a bug that was fixed. Do you remember, for you people who've beaten Final Fantasy 1 on the NES, you only hear the first few notes of it because then it goes into the sound effect. It's a bug. It was supposed to play the full victory theme before it did that. Well, they fixed it. You get the full victory theme now, and you get him crumbling away in a very slow and satisfying method. So they fixed that. That's what I mean. All little things that were fixed in this game, it really just adds that little extra something. It doesn't make the game different, it just makes it what it's supposed to be. It feels complete. It feels like, wow, this is the game as it was meant to be. The only problem I have, believe it or not, is changing the name of the eye to the Beholder. I mean, yeah, I know that sounds crazy, but I don't like that they removed the eye because even though, yes, Beholder was the original thing, eye is what it became on. That wasn't a bug, that wasn't a change. That was, we can't use it. It's a little too close to Dungeons and Dragons. We are going to make it something similar but different. I don't like that they changed it back to Beholder. I mean, that's a weird complaint, but it really is. That's the only complaint I think I have in this whole patch. I think the music that they added also is a little buggy sounding. I don't know how to explain it. It is using the music from the Game Boy Advance and the PlayStation, all that. The one, the later edition that had the boss music, but it just did not sound right in 8-bit format. I don't know how to explain it. The music was right, but the tones were a little off key, and that might have been just a weird, situation with how it was patched. I don't know. It just did not sound right. I love that it was there, though, so I am not going to fault it at all. But it sounded a little off. That was my other complaint. So really, the Beholder instead of the eye and the music not sounding exactly right for the bosses, I think that's the only two complaints I had. Everything else worked pretty well here. And the randomness was weird. I mean, sometimes you kept getting the same monsters, but when you have a choice to set the randomness when you're setting up this patch. Do you want it exactly like the same pattern that it was in the original, or do you want it truly random? When you make it truly random is random. You can get the same monster over and over again because random is random. So, we were getting a lot of the same waves of monsters in some periods of the game, but that's random. Random is random. So I don't mind that. It just got a little weird because I'm not used to it. I think that was the problem. So I think the game is great. All the life of changes they made is great. The running, the not having to miss an enemy just because you picked a dead monster, that it auto-reverts to another live enemy. I think that's great. That the spells worked right now. The items seem to be better. The leveling up process worked great. You actually got the stats that you're supposed to. Magic got better as you got more intelligence. All these things that we didn't realize were supposed to be in the game are fixed. The weapons now work properly. Like the Coral Sword will beat water monsters and give more damage. And it did work. I tested that. It does work. It does do more damage. Is it worth using these weapons? No, that's another story altogether. But it does work as intended. That's the point of this patch here. It is supposed to make the game what it was supposed to be. That doesn't mean, is it great now that you have it? No. I mean, no one's using the sword that is good against magic users. That's ridiculous. No one's using the wear sword. That's ridiculous. But does it work as intended? Yes, that was the point of this restored patch, and they accomplished it. I mean, little nods like this. And then when you add the plus stuff where you can buy 10 items at a time, you can run now by pushing the button. It shows what items can be used by people in shops. I mean, these are just quality of life improvements that you wish were in the original game, and they should have been. But again, as I reminded you in the first episode, this game was just put together so quickly by Square. This is like a last-ditch effort. That's why it's called Final Fantasy. They thought this was going to be their last attempt to make like a game like this, and that was going to be the end of them, and who knew it would become a hit and lead to, we're up to, 16 now? I think we're up to Final Fantasy 16, plus all the hundreds of spin-offs that have been related to Final Fantasy. So, yeah, you had to appreciate what they did here, and they didn't know what they were getting themselves into. They couldn't fix the bugs. They rushed the game out, and, I mean, they couldn't fix the game. They rushed the game out, and now all the bugs are fixed, and the game works as intended, and it feels so much better. It does not ruin the game. It really improves it, but only a slight bit. The game is already great. I can't praise Final Fantasy enough. Final Fantasy 1 is one of my favorite games. I can't praise it enough. It is a great game. So that you're improving a game that's already great, that's great, because you didn't make the game better. You just made the game more enjoyable because you're fixing little subtle things that you might not realize aren't working in the first place. Spells work. Things work. Everything's intended. You don't have to worry anymore. It's like, oh, what does this do? Well, this is exactly what it does. Oh, when I buy this spell, what does it? Yes, it'll do exactly what you say. So you take that for granted because in the original, don't buy this, it doesn't work. Darkness doesn't work. Poison doesn't work. Nothing worked. In this game, it all works. So definitely check out Final Fantasy Restored if you want to play the original as intended Final Fantasy 1. If it wasn't buggy, if they were able to do everything they intended to with it originally, this is the game. It does not make it different in that it's not different than Final Fantasy. It's still Final Fantasy 1, just with quality of life improvements and the game as it was supposed to be. That's it. And with that being the case, I'm going to say it was a great game. I thank you all for joining me for this adventure again. I know I already did Final Fantasy 1 on Game Boy Advance, and hopefully you guys check that out if you haven't seen it yet. But this is the OG, the original. We're a retro channel here. I have to respect the original. And I was like, if I'm going to respect the original, let's do it the way the game was supposed to be. And I'm so glad I did. I have no regrets. This has been a lot of fun to play through. So that's it for now. We're probably not going to do any more Final Fantasy 1 unless I do the PlayStation Portable or the PlayStation 1. That would be the last-ditch effort. I don't see any other reason to do it. We've already done Full Bestiary. We've already done this version where we use all the classes. I mean, every class has been in the game now in some form of matter. I don't think there's anything else we have to do, but that doesn't mean we won't be looking at Final Fantasy stuff in the future. Stay tuned for that. If you like Final Fantasy stuff, definitely hit that subscribe button. Bookmark us. Check us out. We will be looking more at Final Fantasy. This is not the end of Final Fantasy. It was a very big part of my life, and hopefully I can make it a big part of yours as well. All right, that's it. Final Fantasy Restored has been completed. Always sad when we have to end another episode, but that's it. This playthrough is over. We're going to move on to the next one, so be sure to hit that like button. Like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell. Ramsis Retro Longplays, where we do long plays from all sorts of systems and generations, 80s, 90s, 2000s. Check it out. Final Fantasy is just one of many games that will show up here, so hopefully we see you again soon. And check us out on our main channel. I can't stress it enough. We would not be here without Vesper's Retro Reviews, and we thank you for your support there as well. 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s. If it's retro you like, retro you get. And boy, have I got the place for you. Say hi to Vesper. And that's it for Final Fantasy Restored. Plus, thank you all for joining me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Let me hear your feedback. What did you think of the patch? What did you like? What didn't you like? Suggestions? Anything else like that? Feedback's always welcome. See you all next time for the next playthrough here on Ramsis Retro Longplays. And for the last time for Final Fantasy Restored, goodbye, everybody.